A quick Volvo Rama update. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. This is the multicoloured 122S estate. It's been using a lot of petrol, and people have been telling me that the exhaust smells of fuel as well. I recall, months ago, stupidly, I had a pinking issue, and I mucked around with the mixtures a bit, and I must have just not got round to checking the plugs. Checked them, and I've got front plugs correct colour, rear plugs not the right colour, rather dark and black sooty. So leaned off the rear carb, and now everything's happy, correct plug colours, and all is good. So take notice if somebody says your car smells of petrol. In the process, I put some better air filters on because I knew the ones it had were rather mucky, and it's a much happier car now. So that was just a bit of pay attention. The car with no name now drives quite happily all by itself. Superb, although not particularly shiny, front bumper fitting. It's absolutely straight, and that was just through learning how to fit these things properly after all these years. Fit your brackets first, then fit the bumper together except for the overriders, then put it on, then fiddle about, and it seems to work. And make sure you use the spacers. This now moves around really well under its own steam. Yes, I have to do the tappets, haven't done those yet, but it's going to sit here whilst I sort out an identity for it. Right, just need to take a few pictures and speak to the DVLA or write to them. Second newly acquired Amazon, the 65 122S overdrive. Been having a go at that, getting it running. One of the first jobs was to replace this petrol tank, which has unfortunately sat for decades with water on top of it, and it's rotted out. Shame. Nice tank otherwise. This now also runs, and it is a lovely engine. Very quiet, very smooth. Needed to change the tank. Done a slightly neater version of the of the coil modification. This had the same problem already, and somebody had already fitted another coil but wired it in a peculiar way. It's now very nicely sorted and does everything it should. A lot of mucking around with accelerator linkages and choke linkages. They are now good. The carbs themselves are fine. They didn't have return springs. I found some kicking around. Those are now on and working. A surprising number of things working well in here. Oil light working, temperature gauge working, even the wipers and the fan. Right, when we actually had it running though, we had some appalling noises coming from underneath, and the overdrive didn't work, and the clutch was over adjusted, but the clutch was easy to sort out. The horrible noises, thought at first it was the overdrive as it was also not working, but it turns out to have been a dodgy prop shaft centre joint. Got the prop shaft off, and indeed this centre joint, it's a very early one as you can see, was very, very stiff and had been making terrible noises. But I thought I was going to have to replace the bearing, but just shoving a bit of oil and liquid grease down towards it, it's suddenly freed up, runs beautifully and silently now. Just need to try and get some grease into these UJs, which will make it a lot happier. I will next need to embark upon getting some brakes on this. That's going to be tricky because I've got to change all the pipes. Funnily enough, the red one down there seems to have all new parts but no fluid, but may get something going on it very soon. Right, that's it for now. Hopefully this sun will keep going and it won't start raining again.